Hey guys, so earlier this year, I told you I was gonna get one more pistol, and I was wrong. I only planned on getting a new carry, but when I heard about this dropping, it really piqued my interest. I've been wanting one of these for a while now, and let's check it out. So right here, guys, I have the brand new SIG Sauer P226-X Legion. This, at the time of me ordering, according to SIG's website, was coming soon. I think they're a little bit more available now. I literally just picked this thing up, and I will tell you, I've wanted a 226 for a very long time. I was really close to getting the X5 last year, but to me, I couldn't really justify having a full 5-inch. I know this is only a hair smaller, but the price of that and the lack of usability for my use case didn't really make sense. Now, when SIG came out and announced this is the 4.5-inch with the single action only. It really piqued my interest. What I think is really cool is SIG actually came out with 4 models of this. 2 are what they call the carry, that's in a 3.8, and then there's 2 in the 4.5. And both of them, you have 2 trigger options. You can either get the single action only, which has a safety, or you can get single double action. Now, as much as I love single double action, for me, just buying that CZ Shadow, I wanted the most different from what I just got. So that's why I went with the 4.5-inch versus 3.8 and went with the single action only, which this trigger, from what I hear, is absolutely phenomenal. So let me change this up so you guys can see what comes in the box. This is just gonna be my first impressions and unboxing. And then I promise I will get this out to the range quick. I won't make you guys wait for a 1,000 round review. I'll do a first shots review where I'll get like 300-400 rounds through it and let you know, is this as good as it sounds? All right, guys, here is what you get in the box. So they gave this nice little cover for the optic. I will say part of this purchase was the fact that this particular model included this optic. Now this is the SIG Pro, and it is also a circle red dot. It does not have the battery in yet, so I can't show you what the optic looks like. But again, because it was so much different than the other SIG optic that I just put on my CZ Shadow, I really thought I would check this out and let you guys know how it compares. Mags are empty, and yes, this does come with 3 mags. I will say, in my opinion, for the value, this gun, for what it is, coming with the optic and 3 mags, is a phenomenal deal. Especially if you look up the price of this compared to the X5 Legion, that is significantly more expensive without an optic. So paperwork, boring. Receipt, boring. Got the sticker, talking about the optic, all the normal paperwork. This is probably what the gun was originally in before it was shipped. We got the battery, which I'll install shortly, and that's for the SIG Pro. I do not see a Legion coin in here, which I thought was something that came with the Legions. I could be wrong. But yeah, here's a nice close-up of this. Nice tactile safety there. The gun is definitely thick. I will say, compared to the CZ Shadow, significantly thicker. Love this 2-tone color here. And yeah, that's what you guys get in the box. So I will say, I'm surprised how light this gun feels in the hand. I was actually expecting, for the size of this, for it to feel way heavier. Optic is definitely dirty and will need to get cleaned, but this is a fully enclosed optic, which is nice. First look, I will say it's definitely longer than the compact that I have on my CZ Shadow 2. So curious how that is. I do love that it co-witnesses. That is always a big thing for me. And now we will test out this trigger here. Good thing to know is single action only means I can't just pull it back, it has to be racked. So hammer down. I don't know how I'll be able to get this for you guys. Very little take up. And that is a light trigger. I'll definitely mess around with the reset and everything on my first range set and letting you know, is this as good as I've seen in other videos. I love the full rail there. Definitely gonna throw an X300 on here, which works out because I already have a holster that will work for that. But yeah, I mean, this two-tone color is amazing. I've never owned a Legion. I've wanted one for a while. I was really, really close to getting the P226-X Macro in Legion. It was just hard for me to justify getting basically an upgraded version of a gun I already had. So this was next on my list. But the X5 was a little pricey. Not saying it wouldn't have been worth it, but for me, harder to justify that price versus this. And obviously YouTube says we can't say prices anymore, so you guys got to check that out. I will say this without the optic was basically the same cost as the CZ Shadow 2. Again, part of the reason why I opted to get this, because I think it will be a great comparison. And some might say they're not as similar as I see them. I personally think as pistols that are very similar to 1911s that are not 1911s, I can see a similarity from my perspective, but we all have our own biases when it comes to our guns. I do like that undercut there. Feels very natural. It has this gas pedal here. That's not as much of a gas pedal as the X5 Legion had, which personally I like because I heard that that may have presented some issues with some holsters. So I like that this will be more holster friendly. So let's talk about why did I pick this, right? Of my collection right now, really the only gun size that I don't have would have been a 4.5, commander size, or call it a full size, right? Have a lot of compact, a lot of conceal type carry firearms. And I wanted something a little bit bigger, but I didn't want another full 1911. At some point, I'll probably end up getting something in the 2011 range. There's a lot that I like. There hasn't been one, aside from the XC, that really checks all the boxes for me and that is not super expensive. So until then, I'm gonna continue to get guns that I consider a good value. Yes, expensive, but when we're comparing shootability of something like this versus a standard Glock, it's night and day. Like, I would rather have one of these versus 2 Glocks any day of the week. And I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for trashing Glock, but hey, I own Glock. I've shot Glock for many years. Never loved it. I have a hard time recommending it. So yeah, if you guys saw my other videos, you notice I'm not a huge Glock guy. And although I know SIG right now has a lot of haters out there, I own the X Macro, I own the Rattler LT. I've never had issues. My wife has the P226-X. I've never had problems with SIG. I didn't really like the way they handled the whole 320 thing initially, but not gonna really get into that. As far as firearms that I would trust my life with, I like it. I trust this so far enough to justify the purchase, but obviously this will get many, many, many rounds through it. And you guys will know all about it. So let me know if there's anything you're curious about with this particular model. I was surprised that there really are no videos out Like normally the gun tubers out there, they get early release. And I think there's like 2 other people out there who have this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It seems like everyone in the world got the GTO, which I had mixed feelings about and seen mixed reviews. So I'm kind of surprised this wasn't also as popular. Maybe the 226 just is not as common. I mean, the history of the 226 is phenomenal. If you guys don't know about it, definitely look into it. But I'm excited to shoot this gun. I think it feels great. It looks incredible. I can't get enough of this color. The two-tone is amazing. I will say this Legion color will probably be hard to match anything else other than black, but it just looks freaking awesome. Super excited that this comes with 3 18-round magazines, because if you guys know me by now, I love ammo. I love having high capacity. If there's one thing that didn't really vibe with me too well was the fact that the CZ Shadow was only 15 rounds, which I know, yeah, realistically that's plenty, but for me, for something I'm carrying, I just want to have more than I would ever need. Now, would I consider this to carry? Possibly. Might be a little large, I don't know, we'll give it a try. See how it fits in my bag with a light on and everything. I don't really think this will be a concealed carry, though I will try it. Definitely planning on getting a holster on the waistband, because now in Florida we can open carry, and I think this would probably be the perfect candidate for that, amongst many other great sidearms out there that fill that full size category. What do you guys think? Do you guys know about the 226? Are you excited for it? What model would you have gone for? Because obviously you can get this in the carry version, which is the 3.8, and you can also get either the single action only trigger or the single double action. I'm going to do a future video talking about the difference in those triggers. There's a specific reason why I wanted this for this specific gun and not the single double action, but I love having that on a carry gun, and there's definitely pros and cons to all of these. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Do you guys like SIG at all anymore, or has everyone officially jumped off that bandwagon? Do you guys own any 226s? Would you carry this? Is it too big to carry? What are your thoughts on this first impressions? And please stay tuned, because I will definitely have more stuff coming up. And for those of you who actually stayed to the end of this video, I do want to say I'm going to have my very first giveaway coming soon. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. Still kind of prepping the video for that and getting a little bit more research done so I can do that video. But because I'm finally climbing a little bit in the subscriber numbers, I'm excited. I want to give something back to you guys. So stay tuned. A couple weeks from now, that video will be coming out, and I will be giving you something very special, something that I enjoy and I think you guys will enjoy too. So thanks for checking this out. I'll definitely have future content on this, as well as more stuff on the CZ Shadow 2 carry. Take it easy, guys.